Cheers! Welcome to another episode. It's a blissful day. I'm drinking an amazing, freshly squeezed grapefruit juice. I just happened to go for a little walk for an amazing sunset outside. And I was on the phone with my friend Kinga, and I was telling her how I really need to find some fresh lemons. And there's a lot of trees out there with grapefruit, lemons, tangerines, oranges. And during my walks, it seems like a lot of them just kind of hanging right over the sidewalk. And all you gotta do is just kind of look up and just reach one and take one. And that's what I do. Hopefully, people are not getting upset about this. It just hurts me sometimes. You just kind of end up falling on the ground, and like nobody even cares to enjoy the sweetness. So, but today, somebody picked them up, put a beautiful basket right outside of their house, and wrote down, "It's free. Take one. Enjoy." So I took one. I just squeezed out of them because I got some more out of another house, another tree. I made a little freshly squeezed juice, and it was sweet, refreshing, and those are, I think, some of the benefits of living in Los Angeles. So thank you, lady or gentleman who was so kind to left this little box for us, and all of those wonderful people that went, took one, and just allowed everybody else to take some more. So cheers to all of you guys. So I'm curious if you have heard this story today. I read that there is a oldest released patient of coronavirus. He's 101. He survived the Spanish influenza, World War One and Two, and now he also survived coronavirus. So there is some good news coming from Europe. So we are very happy about that, and that's the way to go. Today, as I told you yesterday, I'll be talking about a topic of purpose. So to all of those that we are adjusting to our new lives, and I understand that a lot of us maybe, homeschooling our kids. There is a lot of cleaning, there's a lot of cooking, there's a lot of things going on. But also, I think it's as we've been adjusting to this life change, maybe we can manage about 5 or 10 minutes to just slow down and think about as like what is our purpose? Maybe for this week, maybe for this year, maybe for the rest of our life. I think we have responsibility to ourselves to maybe take a little bit of time and think about this. And maybe the good time is right now. So maybe you want to go ahead and press pause, find a paper, pen, and take 5 10 minutes and just close your eyes and kind of think it for a little bit, and maybe it's going to come to you. And write it down. If you would like to share underneath, please do. Let me know what came to you. What do you think your purpose is? I will tell you mine is. And mine is, it took me 11 years to go through college. I was very undecided to what to do. I knew I didn't want to do something just to go ahead and do it. I didn't want to go business school. I had no interest in doing that. So throughout my journey through photography, art, and other subject matters, I ended up finally settling on telling stories and filmmaking. But I think it's deep inside of me was always the idea of trying to share positive stories and stories that inspire and would teach us to not only be a better person, but also just try to encourage others to be better versions of themselves. So any biographical stories of people that made difficult or even maybe easy choices to live a productive, amazing life, that's what all about. So even my little YouTube channel right now, I'm just sharing personal stories, trying to exactly to do that straight from home. So, however, I do want to focus today on an incredible individual that is lived, back in the 20th century. He was born and raised in Austria. His name is Viktor Frankl, and he wrote an amazing, very powerful classic called Man's Search for Meaning. And this is the book that is very close to my heart. I've read it many, many, many years ago. I've recommended it to a lot of people. And if you haven't, check it out. This is probably one of the better times to go and read it. It deals with concentration camp, and it's one of the survivors who managed to experience all the unimaginable. I'm gonna this series today is gonna be split into two parts. I'm gonna tell part of the story today. The rest I'm gonna leave for tomorrow. So the story starts off where, excuse me, I'm feeling good. Thank you so much. Um, the story starts when this 14-year-old starts corresponding with Sigmund Freud. And he's very interested into psychology, psychiatry, and the behavior, and how do we navigate through this world. And um, not only he was extremely talented, but he was on a mission to try to find a better way to live. And um, however, the situation in Europe back in the 30s started getting really scary. The war was just on everybody's mind. So he, as a very well-known already back then author, was writing a new book, and he gets an invitation from one university in the United States, and he has to make a decision: should I go to get my visa and leave Austria, leave my parents? And most likely I will stay there and I will never see my parents again, or should I stay? And it was something that he was contemplating about. And one day, and he was deeply trying to make the right decision for him, he noticed in commandments, and one of the commandments said, honor thy father and mother. And back then he knew that the right decision was to stay back home and just wait and see what's going to happen. So the war broke up, and being a Jewish person, sooner or later they came for them. They came. The Germans came to his house, and everybody knew they were well known. They were Jewish, and they had to go to concentration camp. This is I'm gonna leave the story right here, right now. Um, the story has a fantastic, great ending, and it's definitely talks about his experience in concentration camp, what he learned, and based on that experience, he wrote the book Man's Search for Meaning. I'll be talking more in detail about kind of what happened and what are some of the cool ideas and concepts about it. I know that the rights of the book right now um, are in possession of, you know, and one of the I think some of the producers. I think his grandson has the rights to the book, and he's involved in turning this book into a film. I cannot wait to be. I would number one. I would love to be involved because it's something that is very close to my heart. Now I've been talking about turning this book into a film for, I don't know, at least 7 years. But I'm very happy to find out that somebody's actually doing it right now. So yes, I will support it in any way I can. And as of right now, to you guys, feel free to comment, to share whatever your journey is, however you want to proceed with your life, however you're choosing to be showing up to you and to your family. And I send you nothing but the best. Stay healthy, stay strong, and try to smile on. I promise we're going to get over this bump, and we'll be making better decisions in the future.